Howdy everybody, welcome back to my channel. Listen, y'all, in Friday's video, my Sephora recommendations video, I have never received so many comments about the makeup look that I was wearing ever. So many of you were asking about the makeup I was wearing, so many were asking for a tutorial. I was definitely surprised at how many of you commented on that, so I thought I would deliver to the people. I'm gonna show you the exact makeup look I did in that video. It was not touched, it was not removed from the studio table. That's the last video I filmed in here, so all the products are still here. I'm gonna show you everything that I put on my face, but it's pretty much the standard go-to look that I've been doing lately with a few little twists. I even put the sweater on that I was wearing, okay? It is of a non-natural material and I am sweating, but I am doing it for the sake of this vid, guys. It's, you know what? It's the sweater. Let's be honest. It probably wasn't the makeup. It was the color in the sweater. I need more color in my life, in my wardrobe. So friends, that's what we're doing today. For those of you who wanted to know how I did that makeup look from Friday's video, this one is for you. I would first like to acknowledge the fact that yes, I've had my lips done since filming that video, and more on that tomorrow. Yes, they're swollen. Yes, there's a little bit of bruising. I've had worse bruising on the lips, but let us all just look past that and let's dive into the makeup. So first things first, obviously my MAC kit in collaboration recently launched, so I was using the beautiful products from my MAC kit. I'm going to start with MAC Gold Light Strobe Cream. I'm going to rub this all over my face, and I was actually feeling really dry that day, so I was putting Gold Light on the high points of my face like this. I just kind of slapped it around, and then I went to the big boy for some help. I pulled out my WELEDA Skin Food and I was patting this around my mouth area because sometimes you just need a thicker assistance if you're feeling particularly dry. So just right around my mouth, I just pressed this around my mouth. I just said that area twice over. Yes, this is what I did with the WELEDA Skin Food, literally just around the mouth area. Boop. Then the foundation that I just have been keeping on hand so much, I've talked about it a ton. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation. I had put my tan on after filming that video, so I do have a nice little fake tan on now, but I probably used my 1N shade, 1N. Yeah, and then I also have 3.5 Peach. So I'm just gonna do a little mixeroonie of these. Yeah, that's nice. And apply this onto my skin. This has just been such a great go-to foundation. It's a beautiful, affordable dupe for any foundation, really. It just looks like your skin. It's a great option, medium-ish coverage. You can definitely build it up or make it lighter and more sheer if that's what you're looking for. I'm gonna take my MAC Coconut Fix Plus and just spray that into my beauty blender. And I kind of just give it a little squish. I've already wet my beauty blender before this, but honestly, it's so dry in the house. My God, we've turned on the air conditioning a little bit, so it's just been very extra dry. And I feel like even though I wet my beauty blender, it gets a little bit dry as I'm sitting here setting up to film. So I just like to give it a little extra squeeze of wetness before applying it. And I'm just taking the foundation and doing a nice soft little layer of this around. Then naturally my Makeup Forever self-setting concealer. Loving this one so much. I don't think I need too much of this. There have been days where I've applied a lot of this and it definitely has a lot of coverage if you're putting a lot of the product on. So you can be lighter handed with this, even if you're using a beauty blender. The nice thing is that you get full coverage if you want it, but it really shears out beautifully when you're using smaller amounts. I know this doesn't look like a smaller amount, but it's really versatile depending on the coverage that you're looking for. It can kind of do it all, really. So I'm just taking my sponge and blending this out, making sure to get a little bit on my lid there too. It just blends out so nicely. So nicely. Then next for contouring, I used my Huda Beauty Tantour. I really love this shade. This is the shade Fair, and I included this product in my Sephora recommendations. It is absolutely beautiful, and I actually used it with my Refer 17 brush. You guys, this is disgusting. I have all my brushes sitting here in this bin, filthy. I need to wash all my brushes so badly. Anyway, this wouldn't typically be the brush that I would reach for, but I used it when I was doing my makeup in that video, and I actually really didn't mind it. It blended out really nicely. I think I've used it a few times before, but it worked really well. I always forget how pigmented this product is. It's so pigmented. You need the tiniest amount. And what's nice is you can really blend it in. Like if you've gone overboard, you can really easily fix it. Like it's not a product that is terrifyingly pigmented that you can't fix, you know? So I'm just pushing that in, pushing it around my cheek area, and then I'll just go over top with my beauty blender and just soften those edges, make it look a little bit more natural, like that. And you can kind of just bounce between the two, go between the brush and the beauty blender until you're happy with the blended result. Hair wants to get in there too, in on the action. Then I just took a little shadow brush. This is the Katie Jane Hughes number 17 brush, and just dipped a little bit into there. I don't often do this with cream products, but I've been trying to get more acquainted with the idea. For so long I was using just powder on my nose, but I'm trying to just make my life a little bit easier and just use one product and make it a little bit more cohesive. And whenever I'm watching these like amazing makeup artists do makeup, they're always going all the way up here to the brow, and you know, I sometimes it can feel a little bit dark to do that, like a little bit too shadowed to do that in your everyday life, but especially when I'm filming or taking photos, it can look really good. So this brush, actually this number 17 brush, is perfectly soft and bendy. Like it's not too firm, it's not too fluffy. This is actually a great, I'm sure it's not the intention of this brush to do these things, but this brush in particular has been great for doing this little nose line moment. So just taking a little bit of that under the lip too. And then I'm also doing this on my lower lash line. Just kind of fluffing that around. This would not be the brush that I would use for the top of the lid, but just kind of putting a starting amount there. You can take a fluffier brush and just blend that in a little bit. It's so soft and subtle, it's like almost unnecessary to do, but I kind of like to just bring whatever shade I'm putting on the lower lash line up onto the lid, just like that. So now that all of the cream products are applied, I can go in with powder. I'm going to take the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just going to take the tiniest little bit on a small little eyeshadow brush and just really precisely plop that around wherever we want some powder. So down the center of my nose, I'm going to put a little bit on my chin here, under my eyes, and on this area. If you've got some creasing from your concealer or foundation, you can also just put a little bit on the eyelids too. The blush I actually used in the video, and in most of the MAC content I took actually, was Warm Soul. I was feeling very nostalgic posting all of my MAC throwbacks and memories and all of the content with the launch, and so I thought I'd pull out, this is my OG Warm Soul. I think I've had this since, it should be 2014 because that's when I worked there. Yeah, so I would have bought this in 2014. So this blush alone is over 7 years old, which is crazy. And so I'm just going to take some of this blush with my Refer 04 brush. And this is the blush I was wearing in that video, and I've actually been wearing it, yeah, in a lot of my content. To be honest, I haven't looked at a Warm Soul recently. I remember when they changed the packaging, I was very devastated because I just love this old classic packaging. With these Mineralize blushes, because they're baked and kind of individual, every blush is a little bit different. Like some blushes might have a little bit more of this lighter shade, some have a little bit more of this deeper rosy nude. So depending on how your blush was baked, each one can kind of look a little bit different. And I just found that with the updated packaging, again, I haven't looked at it recently whatsoever, I just found that they looked more different. Like I prefer this OOG, you know? Anyway, it's such a classic, beautiful, very flushed yet somehow bronzed, sun-kissed color. Is beautiful. This will never leave my collection. This is dying with me. And I did pull it out for the campaign, and I also wore it on that day on Friday. So that's the blush I was wearing in that video, guys. I also pulled out my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in, I keep calling this Mineralize Skinfinish. Oh my God, it's not. Whisper of Guilt Extra Dimension Skinfinish. Old habits die hard, my friends. Okay, this is my like older one. I was using a new one when I was shooting everything, but here's my very muddled version. And I'm just using that on the same brush I applied the powder with, and just really softly blending that into the high points of my face, like the tops of my cheekbones here. And I kind of just drag it up to the brow as well. And then I'm going to take a little on my nose. Whoop. Just across my Cupid's bow too, my very swollen Cupid's bow. And I'm going to take a little bit just a little, and just dust that into the inner corner of my eyes too. So then for bronzer, the final step, I believe, on the face, I took my LILAH B Bronzing Duo. I had pulled this out to talk about in my Sephora recommendations, and I was like, yes, 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 I'm going to drench my skin in this lovely little thing. Don't mind this brush. Something stabbed it. She needs to be washed as well. This is the Rephr 05 brush. I feel like I'm quite bronzed already, to be honest, with the Tantour, but I like that this bronzer just has a lovely little glow to it. And so you can kind of just use that to blend everything on the face together, just the final little mixing medley. And then I will take a smaller eyeshadow brush. I'm just using the same brush. And just take a lovely wash of that over the lid. And then for eyeliner, I use my MAC Brush Brown Brushstroke 24-hour liner. Someday I'll be able to say that without reading it. But I just took a little bit of that. Listen, my eyeliner is always going to look different on any given day, but typically I start from about the halfway point on my lash line and then just try my best to make an even liner on either side. I find this eyeliner, like, I am not good at applying liner. I have a shaky hand, I hold my breath, count to 10 and go for it, and honestly, it's the smoothest glide. I don't really know how to describe it, but I imagine that, like, I could liken this unto a calligraphy pen. That's what it feels like. Just such a soft, I mean, when it says brush stroke, like, truly, that's what it feels like. It's just whoop, whoop, and no spotty dotties. It doesn't, like, pull. It's fabulous. But I just like to always take a little brush, whatever brush you have on hand, just some small brush, and just pull the end to fix it up a little bit. Make it as clean as possible. For mascara, I was using the LANCOME Lash Idole. And that was it for the eyes, just a little bit of brush brown, some mascara, small steps but very impactful. Then I used my MAC Strip Down Lip Pencil, another product that is also in my kit with MAC, and just lined my lips with this. I just take my finger and kind of rub that all over. And then for the gloss, I actually didn't wear a lipstick in between. I've just been loving the lip liner and gloss combination, and I just had a bit of a shopping my stash moment and pulled out the DIOR Lip Glow Oil. This is in the shade 004 Coral. I hadn't used it in so long and just pulled it out. It was kind of the opposite. I was actually looking for like a pink gloss to match the sweater in my collection, and I was like, you know what, even though this is coral, it actually looks quite pink when you apply it. See how it kind of just, it does, it just looks more pink. It says coral, but like, we see you, lip glow oil. And so this is the little lip combo I was wearing in that video. And these lip glosses are so pretty. This is probably looking so obnoxious with my swollen lip right now. But that's it, guys. That is everything for the look, the makeup look, this very, very glowy, very natural looking makeup look that I wore in Friday's video. Ask and you shall receive, my friends. I hope that this was helpful for those of you who are asking about the makeup from that video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this makeup look. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if there are any other looks that you want me to do, that you want to see from me, any looks in particular that you want me to recreate in some videos coming up, please do send them my way. I am at Alanorama. You can send them to me on Instagram or just leave me a link in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this look. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow for a new video. Bye!